Music can express what no word in any language can express. So when I thought about going into performing, I began to see it in a very different way, in a very spiritual way. We have the ability to touch souls. We have the ability to care for souls. And that's why I need to do this.
We need to have things enlarged for us sometimes in order to see them. Opera is an art that does that. It takes these microscopic emotions and makes them bigger, and we can somehow connect to them.
I've never written a full-length opera or been in this form, really. And I'm just really interested in what energy is just going to come out of me, and what wild mistakes am I going to make, and what cool things am I going to stumble onto.
Why do we work so hard at these large arts companies to provide the access for people? What is it that we're trying to communicate to them? Are we just the grand, pretty night out? Or are we something deeper?
Everybody, no matter where we are or who we are, we have a bit of that same quality of needing healing, of needing to connect with each other. What I love about opera is that unites us all, connects us all. Opera truly is for everybody.
Since we perform so many older works, we've performed so many 18th and 19th century works that are part of the regular repertory, I have come to believe and know that the greatest way to honor those works is to create works of our own time with composers who are seated next to us, experiencing the same world we are, replenishing the repertoire with works of our own time. That's the most important work that we do.
I try to write pieces where the story can only be told really well with music. The piece for Houston Grand, I'm looking for what this world sounds like, and so it's great to be able to come in here. It can really be free as a composer. In the beginning, it's always like, do I have anything to say today? I feel so kind of, And then by the time you've started to visualize what you might experiment with or what you need to finish that you left unfinished the day before, you start to be accompanied by all the work, and it's just, you're in a room full of ideas.
The human singing voice is an extraordinary spiritual force. And that's the guiding principle of opera, that it is about the giving of voice and about great singing.
Ultimately, the performer is a canvas. So the audience, if they're attending a performance, I wish for them to paint onto me what they need in order to have that experience. Because they are co-creating as well. They're not a passive member in this experience. They are very active, whether they realize it or not.
The energy that comes out as a composer, you want it to get to someone else. It isn't meant to just dissipate into the air or only exist for its own sake, or at least that's not why I do it.
We're telling a story. We are communicators, we are connectors, we are messengers, we're not the message.
This initiative is about helping people find access to beauty. The more we can talk about that, partner with organizations that can help us talk about that in their own ways, I think it changes, I hope, the cultural conversation about what art is for.
Before a performance, I like to bless the space, because once that performance is over, it's done. It's gone. And the only people that will ever have known what that felt like was everyone that was there, present, in whatever capacity. But every single being there has that in common forever.